In today's video, guys, I'm gonna showcase you one of the most OP rare heroes added to Dragonheir Silent Gods in Season 3. Now, we all know Rook is absolutely amazing. Corrosion is the meta, no questions about that. But what if we don't have Rook available to play him in Season 3? Can we still use Corrosion? Can we still get some value out of it? Well, with this one rare hero, you're gonna be able to get some amazing results. Quite a few of you guys were asking me, Skratch, when are you gonna do a video on this hero? When are you gonna test her out? Well, I had it scheduled just a bit later in the week. This video is sponsored by Dragonheir, guys, so I just want to say a big thank you to them for continuing to support our content and our channel. If you guys are new to the channel or you haven't tried Dragonheir Silent Gods just yet, or maybe you want to help and support the channel, you can download Dragonheir by clicking my link in the description down below or in the pinned comment, or by scanning the QR code you see on the screen, and come and join me in Dragonheir, guys. Season 3 Echoes of the Deep is in full swing. Awakening the Spring of Iskaland event is getting ready to start in a couple of days on my actual server. Right now, I am on a test build where I can test a lot of things without making a mess on my account, you know. So we have quite a few things going on at the moment. But talking about that one rare hero, guys, that is really impressive, right? So we have some amazing legendaries for Corrosion. If you don't have Rook to really push their damage up, they're kind of like underwhelming. So if you're looking at the epics, you don't really have an epic that will push their damage to the next level, even though we have a Dargo, which is a pretty solid one. But as rares, guys, we have Sabrina. She is absolutely amazing. Now, being a rare hero and all that, you know, the base stats are not the best, but we're gonna leave that on the side. Now, Rook has this insane ultimate skill that will deal a lot of damage based on how much corrosion is on the target, right? So that will generate big numbers all around. Sabrina, she has a different thing. She has a passive, but we're going to get to it in a second. The aura is not going to be effective for pretty much anything that we're doing in today's video. It's for arena, so it's pretty weak sauce. But when you are looking at a passive, converts 25% of the current corrosion to damage immediately when the hero skills deals damage to enemies. So whenever she's going to use a battle skill, an ultimate skill, she will basically convert that corrosion that is on the target, 25% of it to be more specific, and it will basically translate that into damage. With the battle skill, fires an orb that can bounce up to 4 times between enemies, dealing poison damage each time and converting 50% of her damage dealt to corrosion. With the ultimate skill, deals 700 attack to enemies within range and gains attack up for 10 seconds. And this is an AoE skill. This can actually be very effective. Now, we're going to test Sabrina in the Vortex. We're going to test Sabrina in the Chief Challenge. And we're going to test her in one of the dungeons. Not sure which dungeon, but we're going to see in a second. And I'm just going to show you how effective she will be. Then we're going to talk about builds and everything else that you guys need to know. So because I am on a test build, guys, I still haven't unlocked the 4th difficulty on the Vortex. So we're going to do difficulty 3. And this is going to be the team right here. Just because we're not doing difficulty 4, we're not going to use a 5-man elemental affinity team either. We're going to go with a 3-man elemental affinity, which will be, of course, Dargo, Whisk, Sabrina. We have Garius, we have Ardrat. They will be the healers, the pillars of the team, you know. In terms of gearing, we have 4 legendary artifacts in here. The Gatekeeper Staff on Garius, Witch's Remains on Ardrat. Yes, that does work. We have, of course, the Revatrix Roots on Sabrina. No questions asked, that is the best artifact for her. Being a rare hero and all that, her base stats are not that amazing, but the Revatrix Roots will ensure that she's going to have a better survivability, more attack, and overall deal more damage. We have the Toadstool for Whisk, and I have the Eyeball of the Giant on Dargo. I do have a bit of a skill timing right here, guys, which is actually working pretty interesting. So we're going to have Ardrat using the ultimate. She will put the defense down. So I have to ensure that I'm keeping a few seconds gap in between her and the rest to have a higher chance to land that defense down and overall inflict more damage, put more corrosion on the boss. And then Garius coming in with a big shield and carrying home all the team, you know. We're going to use the defense aura from Ardrat. And yeah, let's dive straight into it. 3-man elemental affinity, the Psychic Core is not really relevant, but still, my Psychic Core is a mirror copy of my actual account. Actually, on the test build, I'm way behind that what I have on my account at the moment. I just did not have a chance to update that. And how you may notice, yes, we are starting a bit late with the ultimate skills. We want to make sure all the rest, they are dropping in their damage to inflict more corrosion on the boss. And then Sabrina comes in with the ultimate skill, will trigger 25% of the corrosion. She's using the battle skill, will trigger 25% of the corrosion again, you know. So the more corrosion we stack, the better. Now, I do want to mention one thing. So you don't have Rook. If you don't have Whisk, corrosion won't be great for you, okay? Like, I can say it to you in the following way. I don't have Whisk on my account. I have Dargo. And the difference from using Dargo and some other epics for corrosion and using Whisk is like, I don't know, a difference from the sky, from the ground to the sky. It's like a massive difference having a Whisk in the team and not having Whisk, you know. Personally, I missed the banner to go and summon for him, you know. I wasn't fortunate enough to summon him from the Season 3 banner. And yeah, I will definitely miss him this season if by any chance I don't get lucky to just randomly summon him for from something. I will try to summon an Ogok now, so in the next few days I'll probably be doing a video on my summons for Ogok on the dedicated banner, you know. Hopefully, I'm gonna get him home. Ogok is going to be massive for my account. I already have Zephy, you know. They will enable a lot of crazy things for me. Now, how you may notice, Sabrina, she is at the top of the food chain already. We have 2.7 million damage from her. She is at 34%, while the rest of them are quite a bit below. 2.7, 2.5. Now, of course, the more we go into the run, the more corrosion we're going to put on the boss, the more corrosion she's going to activate, and the gap will increase from her to Whisk to Dargo, you know? As simple as that. 10 million damage already, and this team will survive quite a bit. We're not going to leave the entire run play, guys, because I do want to do a chief challenge, and I want to do maybe a dungeon as well, just to kind of like show you how effective she is, you know? So I'm gonna fast forward from here, and there we go, guys. The run came to an end. We have quite a good amount of damage in here, so we survived a very long time. It is difficulty 3 though, but either way, you will still get to comprehend if the hero is good or no, right? So we have Dargo with 26.8% with 12.8 million damage. We have Whisk with 29.2% with 13.9 million damage. Then we have Sabrina with 35.4% with 16.9 million damage. So how you may notice, she is out-damaging epics, she is out-damaging legendaries. And that is because she has that very unique passive that will allow her to basically detonate that corrosion that is on the target. Now, I think I haven't showed you the exact stats that we have on the heroes, but just so you kind of like get a better understanding as well, they have very good stats, all of them. It's not like I built Sabrina good and the rest of them, they have crappy builds. That's not the case at all, you know. It's just she has that very unique passive, which really allows her to be a decent replacement for people that don't have a Rook. Now, is she able to compete with Rook? Hell no. Rook is kind of like taking the whole thing to a next level. But at the same time, she's still putting in some good work. Now, let's head over to the Chief Challenge. So talking about the Chief Challenge, guys, if you really want to maximize the damage here, you will have to manual. How I mentioned in the previous video, is a very tough boss, and yeah, you will have to basically manual a bit if you wanna get the most out of it. Now, you can always time Whisk, and you're gonna have to eventually manual him because it's always gonna be different. But basically, you want him to use his ultimate skill on the small dragons. When they're popping out, you want him to go in with his ultimate and try to kill them. Now, because we won't have defense down, that won't really be the case. And then you want to save Sabrina's ultimate to be used on the boss, okay? Like that, you're going to be able to basically detonate more corrosion with the passive, you know? And that's what will increase your damage overall. So we're slowly going to keep an eye on everything that happens in here. The thing with Whisk is just not going to work with the timing. How you may notice, right now we are in a bit of a pickle with the small dragons. It's very hard to time it because we won't have the defense down on point. We won't be able to have the decrease attack if no. So a lot of things will basically go overall wrong in the run here, you know, and that will be pretty costly if you're not manualing, you know. There we go. We have the dragons again. Let's unleash Whisk. Let's let him do whatever. The problem is when the dragon dives back in, you know, it deals a lot of damage. It can easily kill our heroes or really get them super low, you know. This, by any means, is not a team that will deal hundreds of millions of damage or anything like that without having, of course, Rook in the team. But it will be a team that will do pretty decent, I would say, you know. Comparing it with a poison team, like if you're trying to use a proper poison team where you're actually landing poisons on the boss, that doesn't work good, man. Like the boss will just refresh those poisons on, so it's not gonna be great great for you like that, you know. There we go. She's definitely going to attempt to use her ultimate on the small dragon, so we're gonna have to stop her from doing it and just activate her skill again once the dragon comes back in. But you see, the dragon deals so much damage that we're probably going to lose Dargo pretty damn soon. We're going to lose him pretty soon. Maybe I should move him more towards the front, you know. We are at 13.4 million damage, so if we manage to survive all the way to the end, we are going to basically get our damage in. Right now, I've just noticed that Whisk used his ultimate before, so that's gonna be a bit of a problem. I feel like I might just let them do their own thing in here. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, you know. You see, Dargo just died. Even though I have 2 support heroes in the team, it's still hard to keep them alive. What I'm thinking maybe is to move Frerbart in the positioning and move Dargo at the front, so he's still gaining all the healing from Frerbart's battle skill, you know, and like that Dargo is going to stay alive as well. But as it is right now, is definitely a bit of a struggle to keep most of them alive. Like the boss deals so much damage, you know. If I manual every single skill, and I'm gonna be like this here, super focused, I'll be fine with it, you know. Like I'll be getting everything that I need and keep the team alive. If you have an Ogok, of course, it's gonna be much better than having Hexandra because you can time him to use the ultimate right before the dragon comes back in, you know. So that makes a bit of a difference. Right now, if I was basically using that ultimate skill from Whisk or saving it for the boss, it would have been better. We were gonna get a bit of more damage, but it will basically allow you to reach the 22 million damage. You might have to retry it once or twice to make sure your hero doesn't die early or anything crazy like that, and you're gonna be just fine, you know. So let's activate her ultimate skill again. We haven't really put a lot of corrosion on the boss, even though we have Whisk in the team. Losing Dargo so early is a bit problematic, you know. Like right here, we can deal a good amount of damage on them and stuff, but we are super close to the 22 million. Losing that Dargo early on was problematic. Let's be honest. It was definitely very costly, you know. But still, we managed to get a decent amount of damage, close to the 22 million. I'm not going to retry this just to show you that you can get the 22 million. You're gonna have to basically trust me. If you are manualing everything, you're gonna be able to get it done. And I will keep this team as my last team. My Psychic Core is really weak sauce for this, but I'm gonna show it to you in a second. And this is what we have in terms of damage. Whisk actually out-damaged her a little bit in here. That's because of the small dragons, and Whisk killing them most of the time, you know. But is a decent result if you don't have a rook, you know, and maybe you don't have any other crazy poison heroes either to allow you to achieve a better result, you know. A Sigrid would be nice in the team too, if you can manage to squeeze her in, but it's pretty hard to do so. Let's actually head over and do a dungeon. We're gonna do a run in the Grave of Venom. The same team we had in the Vortex, you know. I'm quickly going to actually refresh this skill timing because I don't really need it on. She's going to use her ultimate first anyway. I will put her on 14 seconds. I'm gonna leave the rest to do whatever basically, and let's see how fast we are taking this down. Assuming that we will be able to do it without a decreased attack. I think we will. We should be able to get it done. We don't have debuffs though, so the attack will be random actually. I think we will kill the orbs pretty fast, so we don't really have to necessarily worry about it too much. You know, the shield as well that we have is gonna keep us alive. Plus, I do have a set that will the Puppeteer set that will give me increased defense. 15% of the tank's defense, so Whisk actually has that defense too. We have the aura from Ardred. Her passive will come in play in a little bit, you know, and we already slaughtered the orbs, so we're fine. I feel like most of the damage will come from Whisk here, and that's because he is melting the orbs. But as soon as that's done, you may actually notice that Sabrina already outdamages him, and that's because she's triggering that corrosion on the boss, guys. So it's very nice to see it. I really thought that Whisk will dominate this fight right here, this encounter, and that's mainly because of the orbs, you know. Pretty good timing as well. This is definitely not a bad time to farm the Grave of Venom. 1 minute and 10 seconds, and let's quickly check what we have. Dargo with 21.8, Whisk with 32.9%, 1.5 million, and we have Sabrina with 36% with almost 1.7 million damage. So overall, very, very impressive. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about Sabrina? Are you a fan of the rare hero? Will you use her if you don't have a rook? Thanks again to Dragonheir for sponsoring today's video, and if you guys want to get involved, head over to the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment. Or scan the QR code you see on the screen. Appreciate every single one of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.